Yeah. What up, wrestling fans? That's Deuce is the name. Talking Wrestling is the game. And check it out. Tonight is election night, the biggest election in United States history. But I don't want to talk about that. I hope everybody went out and voted. And remember, if you voted, don't feel bad for who you voted for. Don't think because of if you voted for Trump, that makes you a racist or an asshole. If you voted for Hillary, that means you love corruption and bullshit. Don't. You have your vote, you have your ideologies, stick to them and be your fucking self. That's what you always be. Be yourself. Stop trying to be original like everybody else. Last night, Monday Night Raw. I'm not going in any particular order here. I just can't. But let's jump right into Monday Night Raw. Stephanie's trying to rally her troops. We have on the Survivor Series, man, 5-male team, Braun Strowman, Y2J, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, and announced last night Seth Rollins. So they have their 5. Okay, SmackDown starts in a little bit. There's some spoilers, but I won't ruin them because Raw and SmackDown both in Glasgow, Scotland. Nice Raw last night. Very Survivor Series centered. So Stephanie rallies up her troops. They're not too happy about it. They start brawling. Braun Strowman pretty much demolishes everyone on his team. Stephanie makes a 5-way, a fatal 5-way. Owens versus Y2J versus Rollins versus Reigns versus Strowman. And it was pretty cool. Last night we had the debut, the Raw debut of Noam Dar. So let's talk about that for a second. Noam Dar is a 23-year-old phenom from Scotland, by way of Iran, I think, or Iran or Iraq or somewhere. But the kid is amazing. Makes his debut in his hometown in a tag team match with Brian Kendrick against Rich Swann and Sin Cara. Rich Swann and Sin Cara win. Kendrick gets pinned again by Rich Swann. So he could be in line for a title shot. I don't know, but Noam Dar is the real deal. The kid's the truth. He had a little run-in with Brian Kendrick after the match. Kendrick saying, "You lost this match, I didn't." So let's follow Noam Dar. See what happens. Does he get a title shot in the near future? I don't know. Then, of course, as you know, there is the 10-team elimination match with the tag teams. New Day, the team captains. All the tag teams are in the ring. We got the New Day. We got Golden Truth. We got the Club. We got Sheamus and Cesaro. So we have New Day against the Club in a tag team match. The New Day were dressed up like Braveheart. They were in Scotland. Why not? It was funny, but I'm getting kind of tired of the New Day's antics. They're growing stale. I'm getting bored of it. They're still funny, and sure, it's kind of entertaining, but it's been going on for over a year now. New Day loses to the Club last night. Anderson and Gallows finally get their victory over the New Day, and it was superb. Gallows and Anderson said it again last night. Enough with the jokes. That's what's wrong with the tag team division. We're here to bring realness back. Blase, blase, blase. Then in another tag team match, we had the Golden Truth against the Shining Stars. And why doesn't Goldust just dump R-Truth? Because again, he's just not winning with R-Truth. R-Truth pretty much cost him the match. And the Shining Stars pick up the victory against Golden Truth. Remember, very Survivor Series centric last night. Then the women came down. All of them. Bayley, Sasha, Nia Jax, Charlotte, and Dana Brooke. And I want to get into that because the crowd was white hot for Bayley, of course. So the Scottish crowd last night were chanting that, "Hey, Bayley, ooh, I wanna know, will you be my girl?" And you could tell Charlotte was getting frustrated. You could tell the heels were getting frustrated. Sasha Banks loved it, put her arm around Bayley, embraced it. It was a good moment for Bayley. It really made her look like a superstar. Then they had the 3-on-3 match with Bayley and Sasha Banks, and Alicia Fox was the girl I left out, against Charlotte, Nia Jax, and Dana Brooke. And Bayley gets the win over Charlotte, pins her 1, 2, 3 after the Bayley to belly. Bayley pinned the women's champ. That's a big fucking deal. So heading into Survivor Series, I don't look at Bayley as the weak link. I know Dana Brooke is the alternate, just in case Sasha Banks gets hurt again. But I don't think Sasha Banks' back injury is as bad as people are saying. She was back on tour with the crowd, with the Raw team the night after Hell in a Cell. So I don't think it's as serious as everyone's making it out to be. But I'll keep my eye on the Sasha Banks injury update and see if Dana Brooke is going to get inserted into the match. But I don't see it happening. I think she's just going to be on Charlotte's side like she usually is. But look for Team SmackDown to dominate this. I mean, Team SmackDown has the better team right now, and they're more, it seems like they're tighter knit, and that counts in the Survivor Series, man. It's an elimination match, so it could be at one point 4-on-1. Charlotte could be all by herself, or Sasha Banks and Bayley, it could be 5-on-2. As long as Team SmackDown gets along, I think they take that women's match. So again, last night on Raw, very Survivor Series centric. Again, throughout the night, they had a Goldberg interview where Goldberg was talking about Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was talking about Goldberg. Lesnar said for Goldberg's wife and son not to even show up to Survivor Series because it's going to be a massacre. I don't know about that. It seems as if they're starting to point towards Goldberg winning this match. And if he goes up 2-0 on Lesnar, I don't think we see him again. Could there be a second match in the making? Will Shane McMahon get involved? You know, Lesnar F5'd him at SummerSlam. There was no payoff to that story at all. We never found out why, other than he's Brock Lesnar and he does what he wants. So, again, we got to follow that story as well with SmackDown coming on in a little bit. And see what they say about Goldberg and Lesnar. Then Stephanie McMahon made a match for Dolph Ziggler's IC title open challenge between Sami Zayn and Rusev. And boy, what a match this was. These two dudes can go. I was sad, and I was only upset because somebody had to lose. I was actually hoping maybe they did a double count out and it was a triple threat, but then it's two Raw guys against one SmackDown guy. Sami Zayn ends up winning. Poor Ruru. My heart goes out to you. Don't know what he'll be doing at fucking Survivor Series, but if they're not using Rusev at Survivor Series, that's just a crying shame. So at Survivor Series, it's going to be Dolph Ziggler against Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. Expect those two to tear the house down, but don't expect Sami Zayn to walk out with the Intercontinental Championship. Roman Reigns still has the U.S. title, and he's not defending it at Survivor Series, which means Sami Zayn won't beat Dolph Ziggler for Raw to have all the major titles on their show, or the IC in the U.S., not all major, I'm sorry. And then we had the main event. The main event 5-way was entertaining, even though Owens ended up winning by taking a Superman punch and falling on a knocked out Jericho because Jericho took a pedigree. The one who shined in this match the most is Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman looked great. For weeks and weeks and weeks, he was fighting jobbers, bullshit matches. He had that little tease with Sami Zayn, but they quickly got away from that, and thankfully so. He looked great in the first segment of the night where he was demolishing everybody, and he looked great in the main event where he was demolishing everybody. Him and Roman Reigns kind of clicked. So I know at Roadblock in December, they're saying Roman Reigns against Kevin Owens. I don't think Roman Reigns wins that. I think if anybody takes that title off Kevin Owens, it's Chris Jericho, and I think that's the best idea. But last night, Braun Strowman showed hints of a superstar, monster heel. WWE, please don't get this wrong. Strowman's huge, he's scary, and he's on that Survivor Series team going up against SmackDown, and Bray Wyatt's on the other side. Bray Wyatt brought Strowman into the WWE kayfabe, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that's all about and what that entails. Will they team up? Will something happen? Will he take out Bray? Will Bray take out Strowman? I don't know, but last night Raw was meh. I know a lot of people gave it F's on Facebook and Twitter, D's, C's, a couple of B's, but I'm going to stick with a B-. I know it was very Survivor Series centric, and I know the crowd kind of took over a few segments, but the Bayley thing was great. Scotland really showing Bayley love. Noam Dar debuting in his hometown was amazing. Hopefully he gets that title program with Swan and Kendrick, because that would be great. But coming on SmackDown Live tonight, I want to see what happens. Their final five, I believe, is AJ, Dean, Bray, Randy, and I'm not quite sure. But the Dolph Ziggler Open IC Challenge, Raw was good last night. Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler is going to be a barn burner. I can't wait. And next week, Monday Night Raw, Brock Lesnar and Goldberg face off for the first time in 14 years. So look out for that. Don't forget to watch SmackDown. And don't forget, here on Let's Talk Wrestling, there's no gimmicks needed. Just me, the camera, you, the viewer. So like, share, subscribe, comment in the comments. Let me know what you thought of last night's Raw. And don't forget to tell a friend about Let's Talk Wrestling.